Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on Artwork by Mary. I thought I'd do a nice relaxing video today. There's a crackling fire in the background and I'm going to take you through one of my sketchbooks. But before I do, I'm going to show you some of the sketchbooks that I have bought that I absolutely love. And it's from a company online, an Etsy store called Second Wind. Highly recommend. Anyway, this is not a paid program at all, but just wanted to share with you some of these books. They're just beautiful, full grain leather. They have nice wrapping mechanisms like you're seeing here, and just the attention to detail and the way they're sewn are beautiful. So this is the one that I'm going to go through today to show you what I've been up to. As you can tell, it's almost full, and this is just another one that I wanted to show you because I love the construction. There's a metal piece in the front and the full grain leather, very thick. It just has a wonderful feel to it. It has a wonderful smell. And the paper is just gorgeous. Again, that's Second Wind. And the phone number was there if you wanted to pause and grab it. And I love this one. It's more of a softer leather, and I use it for writing in. And it doesn't have the beautiful watercolor paper that the other one has. And so I just use it for notes, and the paper's good enough to write whatever in. But the other ones have 300-pound watercolor grade paper. And that's the book that we're going to go through right now. So you can see where I'm about at in the book and how I typically tie it. Let me know in the comments section below if you like the sound of the fireplace or if it's a little bit distracting. Would love to know if it's something that you like. I know when I watch other videos on YouTube, I absolutely like to hear a nice relaxing sound, so that's why I'm doing it. So just showing you some more details of these books. I wish you could smell the leather. It's fantastic, and the paper has the beautiful deckled edges, which are fantastic and hold up really well to watercolor. I love being able to tie the front closed, and this one, when I tie it closed, I actually wrap it underneath the key, and it kind of makes a locking mechanism, sort of. But this one's very soft and really nice to hold. The paper is a little bit off-white, which I like. Doesn't bother me for writing. It certainly would bother me for watercolor, so I don't use it for that. And I want to show you a nice group shot of a bunch of them as we clear the deck here to make room for the one that I'm going to go through, which is actually that one that I just showed. And I've got a variety of, ones that I've bought cheaply and ones that I bought just simply because of the size of them, because they were easy to carry, which is the one that you're looking at right now. It fits really nice in any bag or in your back pocket. And I'll show this one on another video. This one's really filled with a lot of pen and ink artwork. So the one we're going through today is this one. Again, I love the ritual of unwrapping it and opening up, finding my place. I definitely highly recommend this company, Second Wind. The woman who makes these, very talented lady, and she sends them out very quickly. Great customer service, and the packaging she sends them out in is really beautiful as well. So starting here, I started playing with watercolor for the first time in a very long time, since I had been in college. Actually, I went to Rhode Island School of Design many years ago and did do watercolor at that time, but I thought the best way to relearn it would be to do some copies of some master watercolor paintings. So these are by Winslow Homer, and I just did some details. I do like how they kind of fade out, and I don't cover the whole page on that last one. And here's another one. I liked these two figures, and I liked the ocean in the back. I tried not to put too much focus on the figure, and this is a very bad painting that I did from gouache, so we're going to gloss over that one. This is another Winslow Homer. I like the gentleness of this one. I liked the way the cast shadow of the roof kind of played with the light, and the shadow of her face as well. This was just a copy of a painting that I saw on a greeting card, and this was just from my head. You can tell, you know, when you don't have something to refer to as reference, you can really tell the difference, I think. Oceanscapes have been something that's really captured my attention as of late, and some of these are more successful than others. I'm not particularly fond of that one, but this next one I like. I always start with the sky first and work my way down so I can use the tipping of the paper. This one is one of my favorites, very detailed. I think this was a copy of another master watercolor painting, or maybe a photograph. I apologize, I don't know, but it's definitely not an original. A lot of this ends up looking totally different than the reference materials. So this was a direct copy of something that I saw in an art book that I loved. I layered it on too thick. It's definitely not a great process for watercolor. I have another video of this one on my YouTube channel where you can see me actually do a time lapse of this painting, and it's a copy as well. Same goes for this one. There's another video where you can see the time lapse of the making of this watercolor mountain by another artist, and same goes here. I loved this painting, and this, as I said, is a copy. You know, copying is a great way to learn, and I definitely recommend it. I liked the shadow to the right here, and I liked how the fence was in shadow, and I love the dramatic detail here of the sunset, but again, the heavy-handed approach with so much paint. You can see the glare. It's just too much paint being applied to really be considered a good watercolor. But I was going through the steps of relearning. Same with a copy here that I did of, I apologize, not sure who the artist was, but I like the looseness of it, and I was trying to get more loose. This one, I think the artist's name is Tom Yost. Could be. I may have that wrong. But I thought his dramatic sky and the way the landscape sort of gets shoved to the bottom was great. This is another artist that I like very much. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but I've bought a few of his paintings. This was one I did on location on my deck, and I like the way it faded out to the left, and I like the immediacy of painting right from location, plein air they call it, as opposed to always from a photograph. So I started doing that. This one also is painted on location. I don't really like the way the figure came out. It looks too small. It's weird. Something about the proportion, but I did like the background. I like the little sparkles that were left of the paper where you don't have to have complete coverage. I liked handling the greenery. And this was of a very good friend of mine, sunning herself. The drawing isn't particularly great. She looks a little out of proportion, but being on location, like I am here for this beach painting, you can't get too fussy because your subjects will grow tired and leave on you. So these were done very quickly. I usually do take a reference photo, as I did here. This was my friend's father, Jimmy, and I had to be really loose about the background. I was afraid he was going to wake up. And as you can see, you know, getting a likeness on something this tiny it can be a little tricky. His face is really, really small, but it is pretty good likeness of him. Apologize for my needing of a manicure, by the way. My nails look atrocious. Anyway, I don't like that he looks like he's floating, however. Something about the perspective, again, not quite right. These were done in Nantucket. This is on the same porch in Nantucket overlooking the lily pond, and that's a little dog, Dolly, who's a friend's dog. And I like these flowers in the foreground and this tiny little toy boat perched on a rock in the background. This is another one done on location. This couple was, hanging there on a beach, and I thought, well, they're going to be there for a little while. Since they were reading, I thought it might be good to have them there. And this is a friend at the beach. I like the way the ocean came out, but I didn't particularly like the way the portrait came out. And this is one that I did of just to prepare a page for later use. And back to the lily pond. I like this one, actually. I like the looseness of it. It looks, very detailed, but actually it was done very quickly. I like the reflection of the sky and the water as well. It's a beautiful blue sky day. And this last one is a copy of an artist that I love very much, Teal Duncan. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. Please hit the like button and subscribe button, and would love to read some comments. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you come back. I've got a few more of these planned. Thanks.